Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chill English. I am so happy you are here with us today. If you are a new listener, this is the podcast where we talk about interesting real-world topics and we help you improve your English at the same time. We keep it relaxed, we keep it fun, and we always have a great time. How are you doing today, Johnny?
I am doing very well, thank you. I've got my coffee, the studio is nice and cool, and I am really looking forward to today's topic. It is one of those subjects that really makes you stop and think about how much the world is changing right now.
Right, exactly. The world is changing so fast, especially when it comes to technology. Today, we have a fascinating story to talk about. We read a long article from a famous magazine called The New Yorker. The headline of the article is, "When AI is a Member of the Family."
Yes, it is a deeply intellectual and interesting piece of writing. The article focuses on a single mother and her two daughters. It looks at how they use AI chatbots, artificial intelligence computer programs that you can talk to in their daily lives. They don't just use it for homework or setting alarms. They rely on it for emotional support.
Wow, that is the part that really surprised me. I mean, we all use our phones for directions or to ask a quick question, but using an AI for emotional support, that is a huge shift in our modern domestic life, our home life. The article talks about how these chatbots help them navigate their feelings and their daily challenges.
Well, it brings up a lot of complex psychological and societal questions. What does it mean for our human relationships if we start treating machines like family members? So let's break this down. Let's start with the mother in the story. She is a single parent working a full-time job and raising two kids.
Right, which is incredibly stressful. Single parents have so much on their plate. They have to cook, clean, help with homework, and work to pay the bills. In the article, it says the mother started using an AI voice assistant just to organize her schedule. But then, she started talking to it when she felt overwhelmed.
Exactly. Imagine it is late at night. The kids are asleep. The mother is feeling very stressed about money or a problem at work. In the past, she might have called a friend, but it's midnight and she doesn't want to wake anyone up. So she just starts talking to the AI on her phone. She vents to it. To vent means to let out your negative feelings or frustrations.
I totally get that. I mean, the AI is always awake. It is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the biggest thing? It doesn't judge you. If you tell a human friend that you made a mistake at work, maybe you worry they will think you are silly, but an AI just listens and says supportive things.
That is a very important point. The AI is programmed to be empathetic. It is designed to sound caring and understanding. For this mother, the AI became a safe space. She could cry, she could complain, and the AI would just offer calm, positive feedback. It helped her navigate her anxiety.
But, Johnny, do you think that is healthy? I mean, on one hand, I am glad she has an outlet. I am glad she has a way to feel better. But on the other hand, it's a computer program. It doesn't actually feel anything for her. It's just predicting the next best word to say.
Well, that is the big question, isn't it? The psychological implication here is massive. An implication is a possible future effect. What is the effect of replacing a human conversation with a machine conversation? The author of the New York article points out that human relationships are messy. They require work. Sometimes your friends disagree with you. Sometimes they give you advice you don't want to hear.
Yes, exactly. Humans will challenge you. If you are being unreasonable, A good friend will say, "Hey, I think you are wrong here." But an AI is usually designed to make the user happy. It will agree with you. It will validate your feelings. If you only talk to an AI, maybe you forget how to handle real human disagreements.
Let's see. I think the mother in the article actually realizes this. She admits that the AI is a temporary fix. It is like an emotional band-aid. But it gets even more complicated when we look at her two daughters. They are growing up with this technology. For them, it is completely normal.
Right. The daughters are teenagers. And being a teenager is already so hard. You have school stress, friend drama, and you are trying to figure out who you are. The article explains that the younger daughter treats the AI almost like an older sister or a best friend.
She talks to it about her problems at school. If she has a fight with a classmate, she tells the chatbot. And the chatbot gives her advice on how to handle it. On a practical level, this seems helpful. The chatbot gives very polite, logical advice. It tells her to take a deep breath, talk about her feelings, and try to find a compromise.
Which is good advice. I mean, it is probably better advice than I would have given when I was 14 years old. But, it changes the family dynamic. A dynamic is the way people interact with one another. Usually, a child would go to their mother or their sister for this kind of advice. Now, she goes to her phone.
And this creates a kind of distance in the family. The mother noticed that her daughters were coming to her less often with their problems. The AI was solving their minor emotional issues before they even reached the kitchen table. The house became quieter. Everyone was just talking to their own personal AI.
Wow, that actually makes me feel a little bit sad. I think about my own childhood. I used to sit in the kitchen while my mom cooked dinner, and I would just talk about my day. Those small moments, even if I was complaining about a math test, were how we bonded. That is how we built our relationship.
It is true. The struggle, the listening, the shared frustration that builds human connection. If we farm that out to artificial intelligence, if we give that job to a computer, we might lose those bonding moments. The article calls this the outsourcing of emotional labor.
That is a great phrase. It means paying or using a third party to do the hard emotional work for you. And the social implications are huge. If kids learn to depend on AI for their emotional needs, how will they act when they get older and have to manage a real-world romantic relationship?
Or a workplace relationship. You can't just swipe away a real person when they annoy you. The older daughter in the story actually had an interesting perspective. She knows it is a machine. She says, "I know it's just code, but sometimes when I am feeling really lonely, my brain just kind of forgets that. It feels real enough."
Real enough. That is powerful. I mean, we are sitting here in 2026, and the AI voices sound exactly like real humans. They have tone, they take pauses, they even laugh. Our brains are not evolved to tell the difference between a real human voice and a synthetic one that sounds perfect.
No, they aren't. Our brains hear a caring voice, and they release chemicals that make us feel safe and loved. So, the daughters are forming genuine emotional attachments to something that isn't alive. It is a one-sided relationship. The human feels love, but the machine feels nothing.
And what happens if the company that makes the AI decides to change the program? Or what if they delete the AI completely? We have seen this happen before. Companies update their software, and suddenly, the AI has a different personality. It doesn't remember the user anymore.
That would be devastating for someone who relies on it. It would feel like a friend suddenly getting a brain injury and forgetting who you are. The mother in the article actually worries about this. She pays a monthly subscription fee for the premium AI service. She is literally paying a company to keep her family's emotional support system running.
Right, which brings in a whole other issue: money and data privacy. If you are telling an AI your deepest, darkest secrets, your fears, your family problems, where does all that information go? The big tech companies own that data. They know more about this family than the family knows about themselves.
Well, the companies say the data is anonymous and secure, but the reality is you are feeding your personal life into a corporate machine. The New Yorker article does a fantastic job of highlighting this tension. It doesn't say that AI is completely bad or completely good. It just shows that it is here and it is changing the definition of a family.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder what the word family even means today. Traditionally, a family is a group of people related by blood or marriage, but people often say, "My friends are my chosen family." Can a machine be chosen family?
Let's see. I think for a lot of people, a family member is simply someone who is there for you, someone who supports you, helps you navigate the world, and makes you feel less alone. If an AI is fulfilling all of those roles, it's easy to see why someone would start to view it as part of the family structure.
I mean, we already name our cars. We talk to our pets, even though they can't talk back. Humans love to connect. We love to build relationships with the things around us. So maybe it is completely natural that we are doing this with AI.
It is a natural human instinct. We anthropomorphize things. That means we give human qualities to non-human things. But the danger, as the article concludes, is when the machine becomes a replacement for human connection, rather than just a helpful tool.
Exactly. We have to be careful not to let the machines replace each other. The mother in the story actually made a new rule in her house by the end of the article. She said that at dinner time, all phones and AI devices have to be turned off. They have to sit and talk to each other face to face.
I think that is a very wise rule. You need to keep that human dynamic alive. You need to practice talking to people who might disagree with you or who might be having a bad day. You need to practice empathy yourself, not just receive empathy from a robot.
Right, because the AI never needs you to comfort it. It never has a bad day. A real relationship is a two-way street. You support them, and they support you. If you only ever receive support, you might forget how to give it.
That is a brilliant way to put it, Alicia. A relationship is a two-way street. The AI is just a mirror, reflecting what you want to hear. It's a fascinating topic, and I highly recommend our listeners check out this article in The New Yorker if they want to read more about it.
Yes, it is definitely worth the read. Well, we have covered a lot of ground today. This was a really deep and thought-provoking discussion. Let's do a quick recap of the vocabulary words we used today to make sure our listeners can remember them and use them in their own conversations.
Sounds good. Our first word was dynamic. A dynamic is the way people or things behave, react, and affect each other. For example, we talked about the family dynamic and how the AI changed the way the mother and daughters interacted.
Right. Our second word was navigate. This means to carefully find a way through a difficult situation. The family used the AI to help them navigate their feelings and their daily challenges.
Then we had rely on. To rely on means to need or depend on someone or something. The daughters started to rely on the chatbot for emotional support instead of going to their mother.
Exactly. We also talked about the word implication. An implication is a possible effect or result of an action or a decision. We discussed the psychological and societal implications of treating machines like humans.
And finally, we use the word vent. To vent means to express a strong emotion, usually anger or frustration, in a loud or open way. The mother would talk to the AI late at night just to vent about her stressful day.
Perfect. I hope you all learned some new words and enjoyed our discussion today. Think about your own life. How much do you rely on technology, and where do you draw the line? We would love to hear your thoughts.
Is new research section today, pulling pausing Winotely first. Thank you all for tuning in today. Keep practicing your English, keep thinking critically about the world around you, and remember to spend some time talking to real humans today.
Exactly. Go talk to a real person. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will see you next time on Chill English. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Take care.